So we're spending more to produce declining results when it comes to students' performance and CPS. The tax burden is driving people out of the city or imperiling their ability to stay in their homes, particularly in in majority minority neighborhoods and some of the poorest in the city. Inglewood, West Garfield Park, seeing 100% increases in property taxes. So that's not going great. But the good news is that BLM Brandon has effectively eliminated the honkies from city government, and he's not stopping.
There are more Latinos in my administration than any time in the history of Chicago. I believe we're at about 30% of my administration in top executive positions that are Latinos. Same thing with chairs of boards on city council. More Latinos have chairs of committees than any other time in the history of Chicago. And I believe that's important. Once upon a time, the mayor's office was 70% white men. That day is long behind us. Do we have to continue to work hard to make sure that representation is there? Absolutely. Has my administration reflected that value?
Yeah, that is big doings. He's also pretty excited about Hilario Dominguez to be the new head of the Chicago Public School Board. He's not making an endorsement, but the CTU is, and they have endorsed Hilario, so he's a comrade of BLM Brandon's. We talked about him yesterday. Just got done this week stopping by Frederick Douglass Academy in the Austin neighborhood to hail the wonders of that school built for 1,000 kids that has 50 kids and 28 adult employees that spends $93,000 per pupil, and 0% of the kids read at grade level at that high school. The problem? Resources. More on this. Pleased to be joined by Pastor Corey Brooks, Senior Pastor of New Beginnings Church of Chicago, founder and CEO of Project Hood. Corey, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, Dan. Thanks for having me on. It's always a blessing. I appreciate it.
Great to talk to you, as always, as well. Pretty exciting that most of the honky men are out of the fifth floor. How's that paying off for people?
Well, it's anytime we continue to focus on race, and it's always going to give us a decline, especially in government. Government is not fit to fix all of our problems in the first place. And so then when you start adding the race dynamic, it only gets worse. And that's exactly what we're experiencing in the city of Chicago. When you're more focused on race than you are people's character, you're more focused on race than whether people can get the job done, it becomes a problem that you continue to have to deal with.
What about CPS? These school board elections, I don't know how much they matter. Take your input on that, and just the prospect. I mean, have you given up on CPS yet, or do you still hold out some hope if there's I don't know, and I don't know what this looks like, a new regime and new leadership and a new attitude, that you can do something productive with the $10 billion we spend to maleducate 70% of the kids?
Well, I know the way things are going now, it definitely something has to happen. A change has to take place, because what we're experiencing in the city of Chicago with Chicago public schools and with children not knowing how to read is horrendous. And so a change of leadership does have to happen. The only problem is I'm afraid that the change of leadership that we're turning to is going to lead us further and further away from where we need to be. So I don't see anything changing in the near future. It's unfortunate, because at the end of the day, our kids are the ones who suffer.
Do you have a horse in the mayor's race at this juncture?
No, not yet. I'm going to continue to watch and see who's doing what. But, from my point of view, they're all left anyway. They're all left of center. And so you're only going to continue to get a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah. I mean, do you hear anything interesting being said by any candidate?
No.
Short answer. Yeah, I mean it's sort of dismal.
It's a bad situation, and I'm hoping that someone else will get in the race. But I haven't heard all the candidates, so I will be fair to them. I haven't heard Kelly yet. I haven't heard. There's another gentleman that's in the race. I can't remember his name, but he used to be a part of the housing department.
Oh, Brewer, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard him yet. And so, there's still some people out there that I haven't heard yet. So I need to get familiar with them.
Well, you're in the business of being the change you wish to see. So tell us how things are going on the South Side with Project Hood, with the community center, the net of your walk across America. Give us the update.
So things with the community center are going great. We're planning on opening in November. We won't have the theater and the pool done, but everything else will be completed. And we're continuing to raise funds so that we can finish the theater and the pool. But we're right on target. The best thing is our trade school is going to really be booming. We've already started registering people for classes. So we have a morning class, and then we have an afternoon class and an evening class. So we have 3 cohorts, and that's going to provide us an opportunity to move from having 25 students a cohort to probably over 150 students a cohort. So we're really excited about that.
And the Walk Across America, we checked in with you a few times over the course of your travels. What was that experience like, and what do you think it produced for the South Side families you're particularly focused upon?
So the Walk Across America, a lot of people may not know that I had to suspend it because I had to have a surgery on my foot from so much walking. I had a tumor on the heel of my foot. But I made it to Louisiana, and I tell you, I met some great people all across the country, and I really found out that we're closer to one another as Americans than the government tries to make us believe. They're interested in dividing us, but there are a lot of great and wonderful people all across the country. And for the South Side of Chicago, we benefited because those people are helping us with the center. They're helping us with tutoring, and we have a couple of tutors who tutor by computer the kids virtually. So it was very beneficial.
The status of the neighborhood, the neighborhoods that you serve, the Project Hood serves, your church, the community center. We've had some developments over the summer months, closing of some drugstores, closing of the Save-A-Lot grocery stores. We haven't seen the Brandon Johnson city-owned grocery stores come online yet. How do things stand just with sort of the everyday conveniences and needs of the families that you're efforting to serve?
There's no doubt about it that there's a major struggle, and it's tough. When you have grocery stores that are closing, you have pharmacies that are closing. It is a task at hand, and it becomes very difficult for people to live. However, I tell people that times like this provide great opportunities for the community to come together. If you continue to wait on people to save you, and if you continue to think that people are going to swoop in and save the day for you, that never happens. But the moment you take power yourself, and the moment you start to work with your community, and the moment you decide that you're not going to depend on anybody but God, things can change for you. So even though it's difficult and even though it's challenging, I'm seeing our community hopefully come together more so and see themselves through such difficult times by working together and not depending on anybody.
And so like the assertion that was made, I think it was by Alderman Bill Hall when the Walgreens closed in Chatham, that there should be a crime called corporate abandonment. You think threatening businesses with criminal not that this is criminal prosecution for closing a store for cause, that's probably not the way to go, not the messaging that's productive?
Definitely not the messaging that's productive. Because listen here, this is America. We believe in capitalism, and it's a free market. So individuals who have companies like Walgreens or McDonald's or Save-A-Lot, if they feel for whatever reason that in their best interest is not to be in a certain place, then they should by all means have every right to move it to wherever they want to. That's capitalism. But capitalism also affords you an opportunity, Will, to build a pharmacy. If you don't like Walgreens moving out, hey, find someone who wants to have a pharmacy and build it in the neighborhood. That's how you do it. And so we gotta start understanding that.
You know, I mean, just to go back to the community center for a second, because this seems central to the overall effort. The instruction you mentioned, capitalism or free enterprise. You're just talking about giving an example. If the good alderman doesn't like what Walgreens is doing, why don't you open, Bill Hall's a grocery store or drugstore? But is that going to be part of? I know there's going to be tutoring, mentoring. Is a promotion of free enterprise as opposed to Brandon Johnson city-owned grocery stores? Is that going to be part of the educational component that's offered at the community center?
Yes. We have an entrepreneurial hub named after Daniel Edelman. Daniel Edelman started Edelman PR firm. It's the world's largest PR firm in the world. And they have sponsored an entrepreneurial hub where we're going to be teaching people how to start businesses, teaching them how to bring their businesses into compliance, teaching them how to build capacity with their businesses. So, yeah, entrepreneurship is a very, very big thing because when people are looking at problems, I'm looking at opportunities. I hate that Walgreens moved out. I hate that those businesses moved. But I also know for some savvy young person, it provides them a great opportunity. And if we can ever get people to understand that, then that's how you change the trajectory of a neighborhood economically. And that's how you change the trajectory of a people. So we got to get people started in business and we got to get them to understand business, but we need to do it in a way that is legitimate and that it's done with excellence. And so the Daniel Edelman Entrepreneurial Hub is on the way, and we're excited about that.
And you wrote a piece recently for Fox News about AI, that you see AI as a portal for real opportunity for, again, the neighborhoods and the families you serve.
Absolutely. At first I thought, oh, here we go. AI is going to wipe out so many jobs and our communities are going to be devastated because we're already in tough situations. And then I realized that that a lot of the infrastructure that's needed, that's what we're talking about at Project Hood. We're talking about the infrastructure of plumbers needed for the water systems that all of these logistic places need. We're talking about electrical, and we teach that. We're talking about roofing. We're talking about carpentry. We're talking about construction. We're talking about all of these things that are needed. And it's estimated that across America, there are going to be so many trade jobs that are needed just because of AI. And if we can get people to understand this new wave, it'll be just like when a lot of blacks migrated to the North when they left the South because they were looking for better. It'll be the exact same way if we can get people to understand what needs to happen. So we got to make a transition and we got to start seeing everything as an opportunity, and we have to take advantage of it.
Corey Brooks, senior pastor, New Beginnings Church on the South Side, founder and CEO of Project Hood. The community center opens in November, so you pay attention to that. Corey, thanks as always for joining us. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you. And Corey, join us in the alphawealthgroup.com answer line.
The more you listen, the more you'll know. This is Chicago's Morning Answer. Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
MyPillow is celebrating our country's 250th anniversary with savings up to 50% off their made in the USA products. For example, get